is the Irontrader, and this is the last call here of the week. I just want to give a shout out to all the veterans out there for Memorial Day, and thank you for serving. And this is just my little way, a little tribute to all of them. And so everybody out there will have a good, safe, happy Memorial Day. It should be a really, really good time, so just take and enjoy. Okay. As usual, we are going to do crude oil here and natural gas. At the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, or ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have crude oil, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, what do we have here? Well, we put in a lower low, but we put in a bottoming candle here again, okay? Just like we had here, just like we had here. The question is, can it break through all this resistance? Okay, look what we got here. Okay, so first of all, resistance target, you're going to look at 78.41. Then we're going to have the next resistance at 78.91, 90, and then we have that 21-day at 78.19. Now, right here, you have 78.87, which is pretty much right between that 8 and that 100-day. And then we have that 50-day at 79.25, which is just above the 21-day. So this is a lot of resistance to get through. Now, again, if you can, then your target is going to be 79.98. Now, you can remember at the beginning of the week, this was in the 80s, so you can see how it's kind of rolling over. Your 50 days rolling over. And again, that can twist back up here, okay, again, if we start getting a raise up. Now, I just want to show you one thing here that is on the positive side. Okay, so we look at this candle right here. Okay, we take this here, this low. We look here. Okay, we have a low here on RSI. Now we have this even lower low, and look at here. We have a higher low. Okay, so this is what we have is positive divergence. Now, we also had that positive divergence here on this double bottom situation, where we put in a low, okay, we put in a lower low, but we put in a higher low on the RSI. So it didn't really work, okay, for a little while, but then you ran into all that resistance. So the key is here is going to be this 8 SMA. We get above that 8 SMA, then we can start heading for this this 21 SMA here, sitting at 78.87. Then we can hit that 100-day at 78.90. Then we can hit your 21-day, and then we have your 50-day right above that. But that's going to be very, very strong. And then you have your 79.98, which is your target here, okay? So we got to see how this is all going to shake out. Now, this is getting really, really to the level here of an oversold here condition. So just keep that in mind. Right here, we're just kind of, your green is below your red, which you don't want to see because this is the kind of action you have. So if it can curl right back up real quickly, then you won't notice it. But if it starts spreading out, that green starts spreading away from that red, say goodnight. She's going to come down lower, okay? So here, let's just look at the downside. Always got to look at the downside. Right now, crude is 77.83. So what you want to do is look at this 77.65. You want to look here, 77.55. And then we'll come down to the bottom of this candle, 77.25. And then we'll come to yesterday's low at 76.43. And then with today's low at 76.15. Now, don't worry about the support and resistance levels. Right at the end of this video, they're all sitting right there for you. Just take a look, write them down, however you do, you know, to trade. So now we just have to watch out. Now, we got to watch out what those futures are going to be here, especially next week. Now, remember, this is a long weekend, Memorial Weekend, so there's that Saturday, Sunday, and a Monday, so there won't be no trading till Tuesday. And then remember, API will be moved to Wednesday. The EIAs will be moved till Thursday at 11 o'clock versus the Wednesday, okay? So everything will be changed because it'll be a shortened week, so just keep that all in mind. But realistically, Nate, now we got a trading action. We're going to sideways action, but when we look at this, I don't like these two candles here, but I do like today's candle. However, you did put a lower low, and then you put a lower high. Okay, that's really a never good scenario. So realistically, upside, just watch that 8 SMA, that 100-day, that 21-day, then we can shoot for that 200-day. Downside, realistically, watch that 77.55, 77.25, yesterday's low 43, and then today's low at that 76.15. Those are going to be the key levels here. But again, now this was a really good trading day. At least it was for me on the UCO. Now, just regular time, I bought this here below 30 in pre-market. Now, just a regular day, UCO got the bottom of 30.50 and high at 31.08. But I got over a point on that here today. I scalped it twice, so that was really, really good. Okay, now on Fridays I cut my shares back. I don't trade 5,000. I cut down to 3,000 shares. Okay, same way with the natural gas. Now I didn't scalp any long, but I did scalp the cold. I scalped that actually 3 times, and I got let's see, 2 3/4 points. So I'm happy with that, and I'm trading the 3,000 shares, not the 5,000 here like unusual. Okay, but there's also a lot of good trades. Look at Nvidia, just smoking higher. I'm long that. I'm long in the TQQs. So everything like this today was actually a really, really good trading day. But again, we're talking about crude here, which actually I thought was really good. But just watch that 8-day, okay, that Hondo, the 21-day, and your 200-day. On the downside, that 55, that 25, yesterday's low, that 76.43, and then today's low is going to be key. If that's all lost, right here is going to be your target. Is going to be that 75.62. That's going to be very, very key. And then again, if that's gone, then what we do is we just keep right on going here to the left where we have right there. This is what you're looking for, is that 75.52, 75.54. These two levels, that was that nice double bottom that took us higher. Okay, let's see what old natural gas is doing. Okay, here we have natural gas on a 5-minute chart. Now you can say this here very easily. Down goes Frazier. Okay, she just coming right on down. Now, if we just take that out a little bit here, we can see exactly from where we actually came from. Okay, but this was some really good trading action this week, because once you peak there, it comes below that 8 SMA. You got to get out of that trade. Then we had some sideways action, but you can see here, see, you have that same thing. When that price gets below that 8 SMA here, it's just all done. Now, again, it can zoom up past the 8 to that 21-day and then to the 50-day, but you can see how those price channels, how the simple moving averages, look how nice they work. As it goes from one, okay, I go to the next, then you can go to the next, and then you can go into there. Now, there were scalps here on the long side. I didn't bother with the UNG tier today. You could just see the downtrending in this. You're better off with the KOLD. That was nice, 2 3/4 points. Very satisfied with that here. It just looks like this is going to be going lower. So let's take a look here on a daily and a weekly chart. Okay, now I was always pointing out just a couple things here. Okay, right here, this 8 SMA the whole time. Okay, I'm breaking everybody's balls with this, including my own. Okay, with this 8 days. Enough with that Irontrader, with that 8-day. But look how nice it worked. Okay, see, it held it all the way down. So these were buying opportunities. For me, there were scalping opportunities, because I would just take this, long every day, write it up and then sell it, write it up and sell it, because it gave you, look at the opportunity it would give you. Okay, just for example, okay, so you could run it up here, you sell it, you could buy it here when it came down and held that 8 SMA, okay, and then it ran right back up right here. Look at here, once you broke above that 200-day, then look at where it came all the way down. See, that's opportunity. You know it's going to come down. If it holds that 200-day, then you can buy it right back up again. So there was a lot of good opportunity. But yesterday, topping tail, boom, say goodnight, Irene. And then today, you couldn't even make half the candle. That's never good when you can't even make half the candle, and then you lost this 8 SMA. So once you lose that 8 SMA, we know what happens, okay? See, this is what happens. You get underneath it, and then it's say good night. That's just how it goes. So now you're sitting at 2.53. This is what you want to watch on the downside. Basically 2.50. If that's lost, you're going right here to that 2.45. If that is lost here, then what we can do is we can follow these candles, okay? Look at the high, 2.42. What do we have there? 2.39. Okay, you have 2.38, and then you come right down here to your 2.32. This is your 21 simple moving average. This just looks lower, okay? So now we had this negative divergence, okay? So you take this high right here. See, then we have a high. But then we have a higher high, but you got a lower high here on your MACD. And look what happens. When you get that negative divergence, then she sells right down. Now, a lot of times, this could held, and you could ride that 70 for a long time. But I mean, go and take a look at Apple stock here. You rode that all the way on down for weeks, okay? However, this is when you get this negative divergence, then you got to say, okay, that's the first red flag. But remember, there's no one simple thing in trading that says, I have to sell this or I have to buy that. You want to add up a lot of things here to combine. So when you see this negative divergence, that's the first red flag that's sitting out there. Then when you start seeing this candle here, that's another one. Then when you see a lower low and you lose that 8-day, well, that's all three. Boom, down she comes. Now, look at your MACD, your green, still above, but it looks like it wants to roll over, okay? So realistically, this to me looks like it wants to touch that 50 SMA here, and then it wants to maybe hit that 200-day. Now, again, if it holds this level, this 200-day, and that 50-day, if that holds that, then you can probably recycle this back up here to that 8 SMA. Okay, very, very nicely. So just be patient. Wait for those futures to open. Okay, wait for those futures to open, and then let's just see how it trades next week on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to do. But holding this here, I have no position right now, okay? I sold out of the coal. That's just a trading tool for me. ETFs, remember, these are trading vehicles. You can hold them for a day or a week, or you can swing trade these for a couple of weeks. That's not a problem, okay? Especially when you see a chart like this, okay? That's not an issue. But for me, these are just trading vehicles. Get in, get out, get your money in your pocket. Whatever happens the next day, this gave you so much opportunity here to get back into the trade because you didn't have to hold it up there because the next day it came all the way down and held that nice level. Then you sell right there. What did it do? It came down again, okay? That's the key that's the beauty of how you trade, okay? But remember, pre-market is your friend. Another thing about UNG, always remember on UNG, it's a 24-hour trade. Same with the XLE for big oil. Okay, you can buy that anytime, 5 days a week, 24 hours it trades. Now, yeah, it's not going to do a big volume there in the middle of the night and everything, but it does good volume, so you can buy this even before the pre-market comes in. Okay, so just remember that. Okay, so that's very, very something that you want to pay attention to. But when you see this combination of this negative divergence, you start seeing the red topping tail candles, that tells you got to get out. So that short was very, very good. Today worked very well. So let's just see here now if you can hold that 50, hold that 200-day, then maybe we can take another long shot and run this back up here, at least back to that 8 SMA here. But we got to see. Now, again, if this is all lost, well, then she's coming right down to here, and that's going to be a beautiful short. Now, again, if you lose this 50 for the week on a closing basis, you're definitely going to come right down here to this 21 and that 8-day very, very quickly. Okay. That's what I got for you here. The crude natural gas, the last call of the old week. I hope everybody has a good, safe Memorial Day. Get out. I know, like where I live here on the water. So, man, all the boats are taking place there right now here. Jet skiing. We got car shows. You got the Indy 500 going on here. There's a lot of stuff. And there isn't a bar or restaurant isn't having some kind of big blowout here this weekend. You know what I'm saying? So just go there, enjoy. You know what I'm saying? And be safe. And I want to see you back here, for them futures open there Sunday night and Monday night. Okay. Thanks for watching.